Heard Andy Goldstein along with Darren Bent yesterday on the radio on, is it the Drive show? I think it is Drive Time show. And he was running through Manchester United and plans for next year with Sir Jim at the helm and who and what they should sign. And he said, I'm going to give you 4 players now that I feel that United should sign and it'll improve them immeasurably. And he gave us 4, and I'll tell you what they are for them that didn't hear, because I've got some to rival that. Here's my thoughts in a moment. Let me tell you what he's worth. The first one is the guy called Kimmich. I think he's called Kimmich. Plays for Bayern Munich. I think he plays primarily at full-back, but also can slot into the centre of defence and midfield. He said he's a great full-back. He's a massive upgrade on Dalot and also on Wan-Bissaka, although he did say he likes Wan-Bissaka. I still say anyone that follows football that likes Wan-Bissaka does not know what they're on about, but that's my opinion. But he said he'd like him. He said he'd also like, is it Branthwaite, the boy from Everton? Now, I don't know a lot about him, but I believe he's 6'4" or something, 6'5", but fast on his feet for someone so tall. I believe he's really comfortable on the ball, great defender, and passes the ball really well. A little bit of a goal threat, and as I say, pacey. And he's young and he plays in the Premier League, so he's used to it. I believe he's a player going places. I've not seen a lot of him, but I've heard so many good things, I can only assume he's probably right on that one. Plus, he doesn't tend to get injured. We have problems with injuries at the centre of our defence, and I've done for the last 18 months or so. Then he mentioned, who did he mention next? I'll put the bins on for this. Was it Aldi or Lidl? Little Aldi? No, Neto, not Aldi or Lidl. Neto, same lines, isn't it? Neto. That's the boy, the winger, is it, from Wolves? I think he says he'd be a fantastic addition, great pace, great footwork, brilliant player. And then he said I'd also bring in Ivan Toney to have some competition for Højlund up front. He said that'd be great. So they were the 4 he went for. And I got where he was coming from on all points, but these are the 4 I would go for. Branthwaite, yes, although I don't know him, but as I say, for the reason I've just stated, Branthwaite could be probably a really, really good buy. I'd go for De Jong. They're raving about De Jong, they always have done. Eric tends to want him, centre mid. You've got to assume Casemiro's only going to be there another year, if that. There are reports coming from Saudi that they'd like him over there. We know he's slow. We know he's got great qualities, but if he's going to go, he might as well go now and have bring De Jong in. Is he 26? Got age on his side. So I'd go for him, I'd go for Branthwaite. I thought what I'd also go for as full-back, I'd go for this, is it Frimpong? I think it's Frimpong. He used to play for Celtic, now he plays for, I think, Bayer Leverkusen. I believe he might not be as good in the tackle as your Wan-Bissaka's, but I know he's absolutely fantastic going forward. I think he got about 11 or 12 assists last year, where I think Wan-Bissaka got 1 or 2. I think he got 3 or 4 goals last year, where Wan-Bissaka got 1. I was looking at his stats for Leverkusen. I think he's got 16 goals in 90 games. It's a goal every 6 games. From full-back, that's just incredible. And I think he would help his winger. I was saying when Greenwood was still down there a year or 2 ago, he was hamstrung all the time by Wan-Bissaka. He was having to just stop, wait for the ball, take square passes, see Wan-Bissaka pass it square, forget about Greenwood all the time. Greenwood never really had a chance, for all he did well for us. You need, if you're a great winger, you need to be playing in front of attacking fullback. Wan-Bissaka is definitely not that. So who have we got then? Frimpong, Branthwaite and De Jong. I would then go for the player I've just mentioned, assuming, I mean, they're thinking of it again now, Greenwood. The thing with Greenwood is, he can take the place of Neto, not Neto, not Aldi or Lidl, Neto and Toney. He can cover on the right wing, he's played there anyway. He can cover centre forward. You're not having to pay a signing fee, because obviously his wage is, but he's already signed on. So it gives you 1 signing free. And then with that free signing, I would look at changing the goalkeeper. Unless, that is, he sorts himself out this year. If he sorts himself out, great. But at the moment, I'm really worried about that goalie. And if he's not going to cut the mustard, then we need a goalie. That I've not identified yet, folks. But for me, put a different goalie in. Put Branthwaite in with Martinez. Put Frimpong in outside him. All of a sudden, good backline there with Shaw. You're flying then. You've got attacking full-backs. More legs in midfield along with the old Kobe. Get De Jong in there. And then, as I say, up front, bring Greenwood in. All of a sudden, you're sorted. Absolutely sorted. You're getting 5 players in instead of 4. And you've got 1 player covering 2 positions. And that 1 player happens to be on our books already. He happens to be the best player on our books, worth more money than anybody else on our books. Dazzling feet, quick football brain, got it all the fella has, if that is they decide to bring him back. And that's it from me. I wonder what you think. Am I right? Or is Andy Goldstein right? I'm sure I'm right about that goal there. I don't want to be. I want him to, Onana to come on and impress me and, change my mind on him. But I'm worried at the moment, folks. I really am.